KNOSK Charity Secondary School, with the support from Ford Foundation in Education, Equity and Access Conference, with the theme Increasing Education, Equity and Access for the Underserved Children. Speaking to the journalist, the co-founder of KNOSK Charity Secondary School, Rain Backwell, said the reason for this school is due to the fact that a lot of children are not able to access secondary school education due to the initial financial barrier at the entry point.
All right, so the reason we started the KNOSK 100 Naira a Day School in 2019 here in Kuje, the FCT, is simply because a lot of children are unable to access secondary school education because of that initial financial barrier that is at the entry point. So they may say secondary school education is, technically free up until JSS 3. But the first time you get to school, you need to bring money for uniform, for a couple of things, and it's thousands of naira. An average family who don't even earn up to minimum wage as at that time, be it 18,000 naira or 30,000 naira minimum wage, can't afford that money. And because of that, many families will opt that their children should do something else to bring in income in the home. And we are concerned about this because we're talking about millions of children missing out of education, which equips them to be able to, leverage the opportunities of the future and also contribute to society. So for instance, you're saying about 10.3 million children are out of school. I'm looking at the future. That's 10.3 million potential taxpayers denied an opportunity to develop themselves, pay tax, and contribute to society. So we felt that we could do something about it. Government does not need to do everything. Citizens, non-state actors, charitable organizations like ours can do what we can. That's why we started the KNOSK 100 Naira a Day School, primarily to contribute to reducing the out-of-school menace. And we started with 30 children, and today we have 170 of them. We've turned back 400 because of space constraints. Yes, we need to increase equity and access. Equity talks about equality, right? And so here we're looking at the quality of learning in underserved grassroots schools and the quality of learning in middle and high-income schools is very fast. So children in underserved communities are learning at about 19%, while children in middle and high-income schools are learning at 79%. This is a research by Cambridge researchers. And so what it means that there is huge education inequality even in those in school. And it corroborates with what UNESCO said, that about 70% of our children in school have learning gap. And the recent JAMB result just corroborated that, that less than about 72% or so of Nigerian children could not score up to 200. That means there's a serious problem. So that's one, major thing. So that equality in terms of quality is one of the things we are advocating for. That low-cost school, who serve about 82% of Nigerian children, should be supported to be qualitative and offer quality education, so that they will have that equality in the future in terms of talent and opportunity. Then access, we are looking at the concept of children who can afford to go to school because of financial barrier. What can we do to remove all of those barriers and ensure that they go to school? In most developed countries, education is free. In some countries, up until university. Finland, which is one of the world's leading education model, education is free up until university. And you can see how developed and prosperous they are. So we are saying we must do what we can to reduce education inequality, which leads to social inequality and increased poverty. And then we must also reduce every barrier that affects access to especially secondary school education.
Also speaking, Chikodi Onyemerela, Director Program at British Council, said education is an enabler, noting that as an individual, education liberated him.
Okay, so the point I was making is that education is an enabler. Unfortunately, the system has failed in so many of our young people that sometimes you hear them say that education is a scam. And then they say education is a scam because of their experiences, and then because they feel that the opportunities are not available for them. So one of the things I'm saying indirectly is that education is not a scam, because I remember when I was driving taxi, for somebody, when I was a barber in the barbing salon. But behind all of the laborer in a construction company as well. I also work in an agro-allied industry, Bengals. My role is to offload the corn that is used for offers for breweries. So my story is long. But what was happening at the back end while I was doing all of this, I just want to be respectful, but they are odd jobs, was that I was seriously pursuing education. I can say that this whole thing is because education liberated me. So what KNOSK is doing is absolutely at the heart of it. Provide opportunities to young people who are hitherto not able to go to school. You have a chance of transforming them, transforming the society, transforming our nation. Perhaps some of these marginalized children hold a promise to our political system, to our national system. So that's the message. If we leave no one behind, perhaps, the solutions we are looking going all over the world to look for, we'll find it here. It's comfortable for me and many Nigerians to pay for 1 week, 100 naira per day. So it's absolutely comfortable. Maybe that's what we should be thinking. And then possibly make it 500 per day for university. And we are on as a nation.
Joseph Dinatu, student of KNOSK Charity Secondary School, urges children out there to believe in themselves and to never give up on their dreams.
This is my little bit of advice to children who are out there and who are from poorest household, who can actually not afford quality education. You need to start from where you are before you get to where you want to go to. This simply means using the space where you are, you can actually start doing something good that will help yourself. Forget about the challenges you face at home, what people say to you, what you think about yourself, but you need to think good and big about yourself. Because talking about myself, quite sure, what I started with is teaching young children in my community how to read and write, which is what I am very passionate about. So I think if we're teaching young children, this actually gave me more bigger opportunities to meet with sponsors, partners, my school, and other things. So I am actually not just standing as a student, but as an ambassador of my school. So I help my school to go viral and other things. And this is what you can actually do for yourself. You can actually help yourself to go viral, and people are out there looking for who to help. And I think you can be the person if you use the opportunity you have currently by either standing up for yourself or standing up for others. You can actually start by thinking positive about yourself, saying affirmations like, I am great, I am smart, I am important, I matter a lot, the world awaits me. So by saying these inspirational affirmations to yourself, you can actually be inspired to do more. And if possible, speak out to those who you know that can help you, because there are a lot of people who are out there that are willing and ready to help people in terms of reading and writing. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed. If you don't know things, ask people who are around you that you feel and you think they can help you. And never forget to make positive decisions.
Agbonari Joshua, student of GSS, Kuje, said, education is a tool to problem solving.
So I've learned that as a child, I am supposed to put priorities, set my priorities right. And I should not see education as a force that I should be forced to. I should see education as a priority to make me a useful tool in my society. And I have learned that in my various ways, I should make sure that I do not cause barriers to other people's learning. And I should focus on mine so that I can become a useful tool in the society. My advice to students out there is be yourself. Take learning as an opportunity to blossom, and know that whatever you learn today will be useful tomorrow, no matter how little it is. Take knowledge as a tool that you use to combat problems, to use to solve problems.